Gøy å se på 10 minutter per dropp.
We're reporting from the front lines. A 9th age battle between Sylvan elves and Highborn elves. It's a counterthrust breakthrough. Objective, so we're dropping 1 drop each. The Sylvan elves started with their Sylvan sentinels, opposed by a sky sloop, and then the Sylvan elves dropped their blade dancers, to be faced by spearmen. More Sylvan sentinels are dropped, 9 more. And the Highborn elves, they drop an incognito eagle. Dryads in skirmish are dropped, and the silver elms come out as the counter move. He called them the brave silver elms, but last battle they fled from a charge. Pathfinders, high elf archers. Sylvan elves drop their horde of dryads. The Highborn elves, another sky sloop. Then the Sylvan elves drops the wild huntsmen. And we're waiting for the Highborn elf drop. The swordmasters are out on the Highborn elf side. The Sylvans drop their characters, a divination mage, another matriarch, and the matriarch general with a fly cap. And then come the dragon princess of Ryma. Spearmen within the forest, and then the dragon is dropped last. The Sylvan elves get 1+ to the roll-off for who goes first, and I think both might want to go first. It'll be an aggressive battle. The pyromancy mage on Highborn elves, who got the first turn, killed 9 blade dancers, and the archer shot down 1 wild huntsman. The sky sloop also helped shooting one of those 9 blade dancers. The Highborn elves pull back 2 feet with their archers to get out of charge range of the wild huntsman. The mage joins the unit before casting these spells, and the rest of the Highborn elves army arranges tactically. That was the first turn.
Subscribers.
The eagle
loses 1 wing during movement.
The Sylvan elves move forwards aggressively towards the archer and asfad mage and shuffle around a bit with the rest. They get off only 1 spell, the Oaken Throne, despite having twice as many power dice as the dispel dice. And no shooting. The lucky shield pearls off 1 arrow from the Sylvan sentinels, and the reroll for armor save catches the other arrow, which got through.
Lucky charm.
The Highborn elves on turn 2 shuffle around a bit again and their magic fails them, but as they shoot, they let loose their arrows and sky sloop bolts and kill the 7 remaining wild huntsmen, removing the threat from their archers and mage. The Sylvan elves retreat and show their rear with the forest guards, but it's a long charge. The blade dancers and skirmishing dryads move up a bit. The Sylvan sentinels rest down in the back from where they shoot down 2 wounds of the dragon. The dryads shoot off 1 wound with toxic spores, and the summer's growth with 1 oaken throne spell cast this round as well heals all the blade dancers, as well as Fate's Judgment hitting the ancient dragon, doing 1 automatic wound, but it was armor saved. On Highborn elf turn 3, the dragon and the young dragling move up, as do the spearmen, to chaff up the middle. With the dryads, the swordmasters use their march banner and come up very close, perilously close. But here was the large occurrence of the round. The asfad mage shot off the 3 remaining pathfinders with a over 40-inch range
Fireball.
The pyroclastic flow did not go off, but another missile killed.
You dispelled Scorching Salvo, but I did get off the 2d6 Scorching Salvo on
the fireball, 2d6 fireball, killing a few Sylvan sentinels who broke on the general's leadership with BSB's reroll, and they fled off the table here. A long flee off the table. Will there be any charges in the Sylvan elf turn now? The Sylvan elves move up to get their swordmasters. They reform to get their swordmaster enemy out of their flank. The 8 dryads in skirmish charge the dragon, and the champion challenges. The dryads stick on their rerollable stubborn of 9, general's leadership. The blade dancers rush forward and drop their sacred seeds. And the spearmen turn back again and go forwards. That was Sylvan elf's turn 3. And now it's Highborn elves. Turn 4. On Highborn elves turn 4, the eagle charges the archers who stand. The swordmasters move up. The dragon exactly kills the last 7 dryads. And the sky sloops chaff up the blade dancers in the new forest. And the silverams threaten the spearmen who are advancing on their lines. And the pyromancy mage has left his unit. The dryads charged the spearmen who fled voluntarily. The blade dancers charged a sky sloop and killed it and reformed in the forest. The spearmen failed a charge against the same sky sloop, so they have the Sylvans to their rear or flank, to their rear probably. And the Sylvan sentinels got a draw with no wounds again against the eagle. But the swordmasters are coming up against it. Now it's Highborn elves, turn 5, and they have one scoring unit within the enemy deployment zone, as may the blade dancers be. So it's all in the air as of right now. The quality of the light is getting worse because we're playing strategically and using so long. It's getting evening here. The swordmasters and eagle, so the swordmasters charge the Sylvan sentinels. Together with the eagle they slaughter more than enough. The dragon reformed and moved a little bit out of the forest on his turn. The other sky sloop here and the Knights of Ryma just shuffle a bit. The spears rally. The archers reform into rank and shoot down 7 forest guards. And the
They reformed last round.
The Sylvarams are on their tail. And that's how it looks on the next to last Highborn elf turn. And they have one scoring unit in the opponent's zone. The dryads moved up and shot 2 wounds off the sky sloop. It may try a charge now on its last turn with 1 wound left. Charging out of the forest will be dangerous terrain though. The blade dancers and spearmen charged the archer block of 18 or so. Or 13 archers or something. Oh,
21.
21 before the blade dancer struck. They broke and the blade dancers pursued off the table. The spearmen pursued to the edge of the table, just beside the
You also got
pyromancer.
off Summer's Grove, so you restore them with 7.
The blade dancers will now run off the table. So now it'll be turn 6 to resolve the objective and the last fights. The dragon on his last turn moves up to trap the dryads from contesting the objective, but that's not possible. The Knights of Ryma try to get the objective, but they've been holding back for the whole game and it's too late. The Sylvarams are within the objective, as are the swordmasters. But the Sylvan elves on their last turn already have 3 scoring units within. The blade dancers come onto the table again, and there might be a fight in the last turn.
The pyro mage tried to pick off enough of the spearmen to make them flee, but they rolled a 8 on the leadership test, so they hold their ground. So they will be able to contest the objective.
Together with the blade dancers and the dryads. So unless the dryads do some funny business now, they'll have the objective. The dryads charged the dragon and did 2 wounds, but the dragon stomped 6 dryads, pretty much winning by the stomp, killing 6, and they fled and were caught, which changed the whole battle and made a draw of the objective. It was a courageous thing of the dryads, but it didn't reach far enough.
I think it would have been really close if you hadn't charged with the dryads. So we should calculate to see how it would have ended if you didn't do that. I think you vastly overestimated the capabilities of the dryads.
That's the nature of Sylvan elf playing.